So quiet. Peaceful.
We thought you may enjoy a last look at winter from last year, 2023. We're moving on now. Spring is present. And our mission continues. Our quest, ongoing. We're looking for evidence of the Sasquatch, but you knew that already. Are we discouraged? Absolutely not. You see, we have a plan for the beings, the creatures, the entities, whatever they are. And our plan is fairly solid. Do you want to know what it is? How about we show you instead? Let's say we encounter said creatures in the forest. Here's our plan. Ouch! Presenting a novelty item from the sleepy little village of Harrison Hot Springs. It's a slingshot. Is that a Sasquatch or is it an ape? Who knows? But for $20, who's complaining? Welcome to this edition of Monster of the Woods. Are you ready? Let's go! What type of creatures live in this setting? Within those forests, on the mountain. Small creatures trying to survive for sure, and large creatures would likely be at the foot of the mountain, where prey is far easier to find. Survival, far more likely. The creatures known as Sasquatch have been seen in all types of areas, from here to the great north of British Columbia, into Alaska, into Siberia. There are First Nation legends that speak of the Sasquatch living in family groups. And when the young reach a certain age, they're pushed out to forage on their own, wandering through the forests, and sometimes encountering humans. It can either be good or bad, depending on the situation, and the desperation of any creature. Many moons ago, way up north in British Columbia, we met an old-timer who was a prospector who had traveled to many locations looking for gold. And he brought up the Sasquatch. We did not. He said, hey, with those fancy cameras, why don't you get a shot of the Sasquatch? Get a picture, it's worth a lot of money. And we said, oh yeah? Where are they? He said, any dry creek bed or low river, that's how they travel. That's their road. He said it in such a matter-of-fact way, we were a little taken back. And we began to wonder, are we the only ones that have never seen a Sasquatch? That is food for thought. Once again, we are at one of those locations where people are hearing strange sounds emanating from the forest. One witness describes them as a coyote and a wolf and a beast. Quote, whatever they are, we are not hearing them. In the distance we do hear a raven, perhaps asking us, do you have any food? Or what are you doing here? Anyway, let's take a look around this incredible setting. And maybe, just maybe, Sasquatch
Raven in the
territory
background.
in British Columbia.
The raven speaks. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. They are very intelligent birds, the raven. Quiet.
There are so many videos related to Sasquatch on YouTube, and many show what they claim to be a Sasquatch, but none, and I repeat, none, are crystal clear and close up. They're in the distance, they're behind a tree, they're behind a bush. Come on, honestly. Sketchy videos aside, let's talk about bears and bear awareness. They're out there. A mama bear with her cubs would dispatch you with prejudice, or at least hurt you. So if you're a novice, don't go into the forest without some sort of sensibility or understanding of the wildlife. That is key. Here's something for you to think about. Imagine if we faked Sasquatch videos, and the title read, Sasquatch discovered, Sasquatch seen. This video would have 20 to 30 to 50, maybe 100,000 views instead of under 400. We believe truth is more important than numbers. We have nothing to prove. We travel, we share. We are concerned in the times in which we live, there's so much fakery, so much dishonesty. Not all, but a whole lot when it comes to this community, this so-called Bigfoot community. They want you to pay attention. But are they telling you the truth? Give it some careful thought. Tell us what you think in the comments below. How truthful are these people? What about the people that claim a connection with the Sasquatch? An affinity of sorts. They communicate via telepathy, or even understand a language the Sasquatch speak. Should we dismiss these people? The world is very strange, and strange things happen that we cannot comprehend. One thing we do comprehend is you can't be fearful and go into the forest. If you're going to fear anything, do not fear the Sasquatch. Fear the human. Because, trust me, believe me, there are crazy people out there. Up the Forest Service roads, and I've said this before in previous videos, they're dangerous. They have an agenda. And your safety is not in their considerations. So, if there's anything to be wary of, that's the human. Still, it is a cautionary tale when you go into the forest solo. Take heed. As for the missing people videos that are all over the internet claiming Sasquatch is the culprit, there's no proof of that. There's only conjecture. Just look at this setting. Perfect for the Sasquatch. There's fish, wild game, peace and quiet, tranquility, all the things to keep the Sasquatch happy. Yes, I'm being slightly facetious, but it is a great location. We'd like to thank you for joining us in this episode of Monster of the Woods, the Sasquatch in British Columbia. If you're planning your own adventure, tell someone where you are going and when you will return. Be prepared. Study bushcrafting and wilderness survival. And remember, eyes open, cameras ready. Over and out.